Hi, welcome to Hatua Podcast. My name is Dee, or presenter 001, radio presenter, TV anchor, and a podcaster. It's amazing to have you here today. You are not ready for what we've planned for you. Beautiful ladies in the studio, it is my pleasure to have you here. But first things first, before we start, let us have them introduce themselves. From the right-hand side, Karibu Sana.
Asante sana Dee. Thank you so much to the Hatua family. My name is Elizabeth Odondi. I am a lawyer by profession. I run a community-based organization called Social Justice League, and I'm the co-founder and chairperson of the organization. We are based in Homa Bay, and yeah.
Welcome. You've been to Nairobi before?
I was born and raised,
No, I've
yes.
heard. Is Homa Bay the one that has a small roundabout, or is it Siaya?
It's Homa Bay.
It's Homa Bay.
Yeah.
You guys are planning to do something, Kaleka roundabout Kenya.
Yeah.
Karibu, thank you for having time and joining me today.
Salome Nduta with the Women Human Rights Defenders Hub here in Nairobi. Happy to be part of the Hatua Podcast.
Asante sana.
Thank you so much, Dee, for having me. I am Judith Juma, also from Social Justice League. I'm a lawyer. I am a firstborn. I am also a women human rights defender. So happy to be here to discuss the topic of the day.
Awesome. Actually, for the first time in my life, I've had someone being excited about being a firstborn. I have never been.
I am.
Because the taxes that come with it, black tax and what is it? But anyway, we're here, we settled, and we're about to mark 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. The theme this year, 2025, is Unite to End Digital Violence Against All Women and Girls. And the ladies here in the studio will agree with me that a lot has been going on. I do not know of a single person in your family living in the urban area that is not on social media. So kindly, let's share the good and bad side of social media.
For me, let me start with the good side. I have seen social media giving publicity to my work.
Yes.
Giving publicity to who I am as a woman. Because when I go there, I'll put my beautiful photos, I'll tell my story, and that is the good side of things. But I have also seen the bad side of social media.
Okay.
Because you may go out there, put a story, and someone who is not happy about your story, they twist the entire story. And they have a huge following who will, push your story to the opposite side of what you wanted to say.
Yes.
And that may pull you down as a person. And whatever you've built over time, the image you've built about who you are might be crushed in a day.
So in a nutshell, what you're trying to say is you need to have thick skin to survive on social media.
Very thick skin.
All right. Let's speak about the misinformation, disinformation that we have out there.
Even just to add on what she said, even aside from the misinformation and disinformation, we work with women in politics, and we see social media as a very huge mobilization tool. So in the villages, itakuwa WhatsApp groups, and then maybe in towns, even for the protests, we saw people on X, people on Instagram mobilizing. So the good side of social media, I think it's a very good mobilization tool, as we have seen, yes, with the protests and with the women in politics. The bad side is that now women are prone to attack.
Okay.
And with this, I have seen many women leave X. Because X with Kenyans on Twitter and such people leave. Instagram, people feel like it's safer because you can block comments, you can block the likes, so people don't know. So I think those are the bad. That's the good and the bad side. Now with disinformation, yes, there's a lot of disinformation on social media. And I think the biggest challenge is now trying to balance and see what information is correct.
Yes.
And do people actually do this? Because I can imagine if maybe 2027 I'm running for a political seat and someone sees pornography and Elizabeth is there. The question in their mind is not whether it's fake or real. They've seen it
whether
there.
you've been photoshopped to be in that scenario.
Exactly. So I think that is not even the question, because for sure when they see it, even when my grandmother sees it, she knows it's real.
Yes.
And your reputation is already damaged.
So a lot of fact finding needs to be done. You actually need to be sure and certain the kind of information that you digest on social media. Who do you get it from? Have you done your background check? Is this real? Is this just a blogger looking to earn likes? And now that it's being monetized, everybody's picking anything and everything and throwing out there. So what you're trying to say is be certain, be sure whose information are you taking it for real, and what are you putting on the side? Like, this is not it. Would you like to add something before we move on? Social media, good and bad side, misinformation, disinformation.
Absolutely. I mean, we at all times we differentiate social media from mainstream media, in that there were days, remember my parents' days, when we would buy newspapers, or they would be brought at your doorstep, and for some families, this was expensive, even to get a newspaper and even to afford a television. So what social media did is that so long as you have a phone that can access the internet, you would get information about what is happening around the world on your hand in a spur of a moment. And social media is not just about giving us information. Social media has also helped businesses marketing themselves. Some people don't even have to have an office,
a physical location.
Absolutely. You just have to advertise properly on social media, and anyone out there will look at your products and contact you. But also, with such a wide space as social media is, it comes with a lot, and that is what we're talking about, misinformation and disinformation. And some people have decided to use it as a tool for bad. So in this discussion, we hope to have ways to see how can we navigate that space so that it is used for good, as opposed to it being used for bad, for an individual, but also for people who are in the public life. Since we're having the 16 days of activism against violence against women, we are now conceptualizing how can this social media space be used for good for women who are out there in leadership, women in their public life, so that they are not exposed to the various forms of online violence, such as misinformation, as we have discussed.
Yes.
We have sextortion, where you find that someone uses images and videos of someone, it is plastered somewhere, and then they are extorted. They're told to give me this money or else I will expose.
I will share the photos.
Yes.
I'll put you all over social media. First things first, there's need to understand Kenya's digital safety and cybersecurity landscape, even before we dive into the main topic that we're discussing today. And Kenya has made notable progress. A lot of people are for it, some are not for it. Arms up, guys are making noise, but the progress that I'm talking about is through laws such as the Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Act of 2018, and the Data Protection Act 2019. However, TFGBV continues to rise, especially among young women, activists, journalists like me, and community defenders. In very few words, we can say they're not safe. While, or with technology now deeply embedded into activism, it's not like back in the days you have to have a baraza, call women from your village, call the chief, assemble people. Now there is technology. There is the use of technology. And what the government is trying to do is trying to make sure that there's no misuse. If we go back to the conversation that we just had, misinformation, disinformation, who is using technology the right way and who is abusing it, we get to see that there's still a reason to have conversations around that, around social media misuse, around the good that technology has brought. Is it a step forward for us, or is it going to pull us back? So if we may dive into our first questions, now that I've mentioned TFGBV, we will break it down for you, our viewer, for those who do not understand what exactly we're talking about. We'll do that for you. But from experience, what forms of TFGBV are most prevalent in Kenyan digital spaces today? If I may start with her, our soft-spoken, beautiful lady.
Thank you so much, Dee.
Yes.
One of the most prevalent forms of tech-facilitated violence is cyberbullying, in the sense that you experience information is put online that is false, that is not entirely accurate, and it is used to bully, as the word suggests, an individual. And mostly, cyberbullying definitely affects both men and women. But we find that in Kenya, it is prevalently used against women. And how that bullying happens is that now everyone will come and engage in that post, and they will start to support the misinformation that has been put by that post. And cyberbullying and trolling go together, because now people start also looking for you offline. And we've had cases where women came out of the digital space and they would hide, but people who knew where they are in terms of their location would find them and continue to bully them. And there are platforms that it is quite easy to do this in terms of social media engagement, such as X, TikTok. And also it's also about the youth, the age demographic that engages largely in these posts. And unfortunately, it has been the youth demographic prevalently. But
when you speak of the youth demographic, kindly break it down for us. Let's talk about the age group. You know, sometimes back, and there were some wazirs out there, and they're like, youth begins at 45. So youth demographic, not unless you break it down for us. I might be here at 62 and feeling like I'm the youth of this country. So yes, that hat everywhere, you know, trying to keep up.
I agree with
So
you.
give us a number, if you don't mind, between what age and what age is this demographic that we're talking about?
Yes, in Kenya, we recognize the youth demographic as 18 to 30, those who are aged 18 to 35. But that does not mean that those who are outside that demographic do not engage in cyberbullying or trolling.
But largely, this is the age that we're looking at.
The age group that are, number one, use social media more than the older generation do. And there are those who use the youth demographic who use social media for good, but the statistics also show there are those who engage in a way that amounts to misuse, as the law called computer cybercrime misuse terms it. So I was saying cyberbullying and trolling go together in that it starts with a post that is put there that is inaccurate, that bullies an individual in the sense of what the post is talking about, and then it is followed by trolling in that you are trolled through comments, sharing, liking the videos, and then more people come to engage on the post, and then it is taken offline in that this person is now looked for so that they are either attacked physically or they are emotionally or psychologically tortured about information that is not accurate about their life.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Madam Nduta, is there anything you want to add on the common forms of technology-facilitated gender-based violence?
And focus on coordinated attacks.
Awesome.
And I work closely with women defenders and just give an experience of one woman defender who went online and raised an issue of her brother who had been killed by a police officer, a well-known officer. And when she went online, because people knew her as a defender, they actually turned against her in calling her, now you've moved from being a defender to defending thieves. And all of a sudden, that one post attracted so many people who stopped raising the issue of police accountability, and they started targeting this woman, including mentioning her by name, telling, putting on the public where she lives, who the brother is, and eventually the whole story turned.
Like putting her life and her family in danger.
Her life, her family, and totally forgetting the real issue. So when coordinated attacks happen, they cease to be one person. They turn to even people who know you personally. Because some of the issues that were being posted there, you could tell that this is someone who is very close to this woman defender.
Yes.
This is a person who knows her personally.
The information is not coming from a stranger.
And because they don't want to put their names out there, they are giving information to other people. And that is how coordinated attacks happen. So many people come against you.
Yes.
They are raising issues that are real and personal to you, which you have not put out in the public, but they are also turning the story completely against you.
Is it a case of you're only good when you're helping somebody else, but when it comes to your own household, because now everybody's turning against her, she's fighting for her brother. But it was quite okay when she was fighting for others, for the community, when she was the defender. But now it's come to her family. Why are you making noise about your brother, whom, according to them, does not need any defending at all?
Exactly. And for coordinated attacks, remember, I'm going out there to raise an issue, hoping that somebody else will see sense in picking the issue and pushing for it. Because you've lost a brother, you're not in the right frame of mind to do advocacy.
Yes.
So you're putting it out there so that others can pick it and speak on your behalf. But what happens? They pick the issue and start attacking you.
They actually step on your emotions.
And end result, you're traumatized twice.
Yes.
You lost a loved one, and now everybody else is against you. And for me, coordinated attacks end up affecting persons emotionally. And that's the worst bit of harassment that can happen on a woman. Remember, you're grieving, then you're traumatized. And then people are making a joke of you and the work you do. Even coming back to do activism becomes a problem.
Yes. So, I mean, you find some people that can be the end of the beginning.
Yeah.
She was doing this so well, but she's so damaged. And in most cases, you find they do not have who to go to. You know, once you're a defender, I mean, you're out there to help people, but when it comes to you, you do not have someone to listen to you. Who do you run to? You know, every job has its own hazards. Who listens to the defenders? Who fights for them? All right, let's look at the challenges survivors face when seeking justice or reporting online abuse.
If I may add, Dee,
Yes.
just on the common TFGBV instances, I'd speak of hacking. So hacking really affects a lot of people. And I think I'll speak to two different cases.
Yes.
So you can have like Facebook. Someone has hacked your account. Let's say a woman is using this for running her campaign. And then now there's the issue of how do I recover my account? Remember, days are passing.
Yes.
Campaign season is ending. But then...
and that is the only platform you have to
exactly
campaign for yourself and raise your voice out
How
there.
does someone in Homa Bay access Meta? Because usually you find, you're trying to find these people, and because I tried once. I tried finding a number, then you find, oh, there's no office in Kenya, the office CJ is in South Africa, such instances. So I think to speak to that issue then, I think even such hubs like the Metas of this world need to think of how they can better help women or even the society at large in accessing them. And then on the other level is WhatsApp. You find in WhatsApp groups, you'll see someone write, I think we are mehakiwa. And it's because someone shared a link and something. So as much as we have access, I think we don't have the skills to using the tools that are there. But I think I'll speak to that for
So you
now.
think there's reason for more awareness?
Most definitely.
Yeah, in terms of social media, we
Yes.
need more awareness.
Yes.
We need. You've spoken of Homa Bay.
Yeah.
That is just maybe an example. We
Yeah.
have so many other rural areas that need awareness, need to be educated. Again, we go back to the good and the bad of social media.
Yeah.
Because everybody is. I mean, even our parents back in the villages, work on WhatsApp.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 1 minute a link has been sent and your parent is excited. Labda imeandikwa shinda lottery. Amefungua thinking now my old age I'm going to sit next to Trump. Naenda kumalizia uzee majuu. And such a things happen.
And Dee,
Yes, dear.
just to, a thought came, we usually have this artificial intelligence that looks so real that it is difficult to differentiate from what is real and what is fake when people use artificial intelligence to generate images, videos, and so on. So you have mentioned the mama mboga, or a woman at the village. She will see it and she will share it because it looks so real.
Yes.
And it is not just her. AI and its ability to look so real affects all of us equally, even us who would think that we have understood social media.
You know, AI is a different game ball.
Definitely
that is a topic
different.
if we decide to indulge in. We will not finish today because you are so sure this is Nduta. They even have her voice. So there's no you can tell us Nduta was not here or she didn't speak to us about TFGBV when it's actually AI. Again and again, I insist. Misinformation, disinformation, very important. We need to raise awareness for that. All right, if I may come to you, how can grassroots movements influence policy reforms and improve the digital safety ecosystem in Kenya?
Wow.
Okay, does someone else want to take it?
I would love to. When we speak of grassroots, what comes to my mind first is locally led initiatives.
Absolutely.
In the sense that usually when you go to the community and you want to address any issue whatsoever, do not go there as I am the solution provider. You go there as you have the solutions. Let us have a discussion and let us see how we can work together by having you lead the initiatives. So how grassroots come in is that when you bring them to a conversation, you allow them to air the issues and gauge their level of understanding. For example, the legal frameworks or the institutional frameworks we have in Kenya that can address tech-facilitated violence. For example, when you're in the village, you will find that most people, they understand that this is WhatsApp, but they don't know if there is an misinformation on WhatsApp. I can go to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, or I can go to the National Commission. If it is an issue on hate speech, I can go to NCIC, which is the National Commission, National Cohesion and Integration, a commission who deal with investigating and even finding ways to deal with those who are promoting hate speech. And then there is the legal part where we have the court processes. When you go to the community, for us, it is important when you're engaging the grassroots, you simplify these laws to them. So usually when Elizabeth and I go and do community activities, we do not go there with the technicalities of the law. We simplify the process so that they can understand that this is what it means. Now let's talk about how you can use the law in your favor.
All right. This has been a special edition of Hatua Podcast, exploring how technology, while a powerful tool for connection, civic participation, and storytelling, has become a new frontier of harm, particularly for women and girls experiencing online harassment and abuse, and to add on that, exploitation. My name is Duo Presenters Rehan. Thank you so much for joining us. Subscribe, share, like. Thank you.